And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gulfstream Park West. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ron Nicoletti here. It is Sunday, October 27th, our 20th day of the meeting, so right smack dab in the middle. 20 more to go after this, so a fast main track. And the good news is we're back on the turf again this afternoon, so fast and firm to start the afternoon. And the big news, of course, is the carryover in the Rainbow Six. And there you see a wagering menu. You know, we got that early pick 5, which starts in race number 1. I'll have a ticket in a couple of moments. Race 3 is where that Rainbow Six starts. $323,000 plus in that pool. Of course, we got the late pick 5 starting in race 4 and 2 pick 4s on the afternoon, races 2 and 5. So lots of wagering. And don't forget about the super high 5. Every race that we have 7 or more runners, you got that super high 5 to play with. So fast and firm this afternoon. Let's get right into my early pick 5 ticket today. And I got a $36 ticket. I'm going 3 deep in here with the 1 Cha-Cha Heels, who I think is going to run well for Lily Curtis. I also used the 9 Lily's Heat. It's currently 8-5, and Lily Heat looks like the only speed in that race. And the 5, It's About Me. Now, I went 2 deep in the second race, or the second leg of the early pick 5 with Stormy Boss and Dixieland Humor. I think those are the logical 2. 3 deep in race number 3. Also used this 3 in my Rainbow Six. We'll see later on with Patty Heaney, Dinner at 5, and Subtle Joy. I'm going to show you a replay with Subtle Joy in a couple of moments. 4th race, 2 deep. Love 3. Peter Wald has just been having a great couple of days. A couple of horses have run exceptionally well. I also used the 4 in there, Mr. Kisses. And in the final leg, I went 2 deep in my early pick 5 with Harris, Indy, and Classy Beast. And we'll have a video of Harris, Indy in there. So $36 for my early pick 5 ticket. And we'll get right into the races this afternoon. The first race this afternoon is a 1-mile turf event. These are fillies, 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and up. Non-winners of 3 races in life. And I went with the number 1 in here, Cha-Cha Heels. This one is back in South Florida, turning back to a mile this afternoon after ending her campaign at Colonial Downs. She goes and she stalks the pace in there and finishes third against $10,000 open claimers. That's going a mile into 3/16. So I like the turn back in distance. I mentioned at the top, its trainer is Lily Curtis, and she got Hira Rendon atop this daughter of Mission Impassable. So I just thought Cha-Cha Heels, not a new face in South Florida, but a new face at this meeting might be the way to go. And as I mentioned, when I was doing my early pick 5 ticket, the speed in here, currently up there at 8-5, looks like Lily's Heat. This one is dropping into this $16,000 condition claimer today after setting the pace and fading. And that was against entry-level allowance competition. That was our local turf debut. going 7.5 furlongs. She must be respected in this race against this caliber competition. She can go to the lead. Now, we saw over the last couple of days, of course, we weren't on the turf yesterday, but we saw the turf a couple of days ago start to change. It was speed, speed, speed. We had like 6 races in a row with just speed. And, of course, the last couple of days, we saw that turning around a little bit. Horses were able to come off the pace, but still, Lily's Heat looks like the one to go. I closed out my trial with the 5. It's About Me. It was going back to the turf. Followed that well-meant second place finish on the grass. That was a couple of starts back with a stalk to pace start at this against the same level of competition, going 7 furlongs, and that race was moved from the turf to 7 furlongs on the main track. And I thought that horse currently up there at 9-2 had a shot. So I'm going to start it off in here with the 1, 9, and 5. Also using the number 8 horse there for my superfecta play. So race number 1. Now we'll go to race number 2. This is where the first of 2 pick 4s start. This is the early pick 4, of course. And this is a 6 1/2 furlong sprint for maiden claimers. They're fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. They run from $20,000 down to $16,000 in this race. And I went with the 3 in here. It looks like the 3 is taking all the money in the early double. They're very early in the wagering, and that is Stormy Boss. And I'll tell you why. This one is dropping to this $20,000 level today, going to stretch out to 6.5 furlongs, return from about a 7-month layoff, a little longer than 7-month layoff, to chase the pace and finish, I thought, a screw-tightening 5th here against those 35 maidens, going 3/4 of a mile. The trainers Montavia, Lionel Reyes. Now, once again, leading rider again. He's got 1 over Christian Torres, 18-17. Lionel just riding great form. He had a couple of winners again yesterday. The other couple of horses I used in that race was the 2 Dixieland Humor, who's stretching out today an additional half furlong. Makes a 5-wide bid in its last race, and I thought the horse ran against what I perceived as a speed bias on the opening day here. Looked like all the horses were just running right out of the gate the first day of the meet. He finished 4th against Similar. That was going 3/4 of a mile, so I think this horse was against it last time, can run well in here, and that is the 2 Dixieland Humor. And then to close it out, I went with the 4 Jaffiel, who's cutting back today to a sprint distance on the main track. You look at his last race, he sort of made a move for the lead before flattening out. He finished 4th. That was against those 12-5 maidens going 7.5 furlongs on the turf. Rory Miller, just over the last couple of years, is about 22% with horses going from grass to dirt. So we'll see how this horse runs in here. But for me, it's 3, 2, and 4 in race number 2. So we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have my Rainbow 6 ticket.
The best chance for success begins with a solid foundation. At Hardacre Farm, early personal one-on-one care starts the journey to becoming a champion. Bred to leading stallions, our mares represent the highest standards. Hardacre Farm's signature in the breeding industry. Based in Ocala, Florida, breeder and owner Amy Tarrant has inspired excellence throughout her entire career. In your quest for success, start with Hardacre Farm, breeding the champions of tomorrow.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
Welcome back to Gulfstream West today. Ron Nicoletti here. If you're just joining us, fast main track, firm turf course. Over $300,000 in the Rainbow 6 pool. So we'll show you my ticket, $48.60 today, and we'll go through. I went 3 deep in here with Patty Heaney. That's the number 7-3, dinner at 5, and the number 4 is Subtle Joy. Subtle Joy, as I mentioned, I'll show you a video on that horse. Got parked wide last time out. Then I went 3 deep in leg number 4 with Love Tree, Mr. Kisses, and Jamalology Story. I added the 1 to the Rainbow 6, not to my early pick 5 ticket, because I have more of a spread here with the 20 cents. Then I went 3 deep with Harris Indy, Classy Beast, and Go Gator Girl Go. And Harris Indy just got beat at the wire last time out. I'll show you a video of that. Then 3 deep once again with this in the 6th race with Tail Adios, Charger Jen, and Sweepino. And then Sammy Sunshine, 10-1. That's my long shot on the day. That one's got some speed, a speedy daughter of First Samurai. So we'll see if we can get that home on top. But I got some coverage. And finally, in race number 8, the last race of the card, the number 9, that's my best bet of the afternoon. And I got that single there to keep my ticket affordable. That's Cosmic Assault, debuting locally for Ralph Nix. Ran well in its last race. I think that horse could score. I don't know if he's the morning line favorite. I'll check it later, but I know he's going to run well. So 48.60, lots of coverage till I get to race number 8. I hope I can get there. Then I hope my best bet of the afternoon can win it. With that said, let's take a look at this third race. Is a 1-mile turf event. These are maiden claiming fillies, 2-year-olds, and they run for $50,000. So I'm going to start it off in here. You see my selection with the 7 Patty Heaney. And this one is dropping to the $50,000 level today and going back to the grass after following, I thought, a well-meant third in her 5-furlong career debut. That was on the grass. Then she comes back. And it's an ambitious outing on the main track. She goes right into the mile and the 16th, $400,000 My Girl division of the Florida Star Stakes. So Ralph Nix thought this horse had some ability, tried her in the big $400,000 race, and now back against maidens. That was against winners too. So Patty Heaney back with maidens again today. And I just like that the mile on the turf showed promise, sprinting on the grass, took a shot back where it belongs today. The number 3, Dinner at 5, is wheeling back after showing a fondness for the turf course. Just on the turf, she was tracked the action, and she finished a good third in that race in her 1-mile debut across town. Dave Brady has been doing really well at the Gulfstream Park West meet. He's hit the board with a lot of horses. He's got a couple of wins in here, and he's got a Christian Torres, the apprentice. I mentioned Lionel Reyes, who's the leading rider here. Christian Torres, 1 behind with 17, and this is the daughter of Ken Theros. I thought this one will run pretty good. Now, the 4-horse, Subtle Joy, who I have further down on my ticket, just had some trouble in its last race. I want to go back and revisit this and show you what I thought. And there you see that day, number 5 horse, and there you see Subtle Joy. We're going to start it going. Just seems to have a little trouble here. Can't go in, has to steady at the 8 pole. I'm not sure it was that much trouble. You'll see it right about here, getting in there. I just thought that, she was trying to make that move, and she, it wasn't bad. And then she had to shift to the outside and just didn't have that late charge to get it done. She finished third, in the next race. So I just thought that she had a shot. That might have hurt her a little bit. It's not one of those, oh my goodness, type of videos, but I wanted to show you. She's going back to the grass. She finished third here in that race, moved from the lawn to 7 furlongs on the main track. So I like her. She had some trouble, and maybe she'll get a little bit of a price in there. I don't know what odds she is 3-1, so she's actually the favorite on the board. That I got her in third. I like Patty Heaney a little better. Okay, with that said, we'll flip the page, go to race number 4 this afternoon. Of course, this is where our late pick 5 starts in here, and a lot of my selections for the Rainbow Six is what I'm going to use in my late pick 5 ticket. So 6 furlong sprint in here. Claim is 3 and up, $6,250. And let's see, we have a couple of scratches in here of the 1 horse and the 3 horse, but I really like Love Tree in here. This one has run well here in the past. If you look at its record here at Gulfstream Park West, 4 starts, a win, a second, and a third. Now today, going to cut back to 6 furlongs, first start. Since showing some speed and finishing second, that was in back-to-back 10,000 starter optional claimers. That was going to 1-turn mile across town at Gulfstream Park during July and August. And I mentioned at the top of the show, Peter Walder has Jeffrey Sanchez really going good. He's had a couple of really nice winners over the last couple of days. So Love Tree, previous winner here, likes in Gulfstream Park West, good barn, Jeffrey Sanchez in the saddle. Then the second horse I'm going to use is the 4 Mr. Kisses. This one changing barns, going to the Jose D'Angelo barn after the claim. Turning back today to 6 furlongs or 3/4 of a mile. Set the pace and finished second, was beaten a half length. That was in its crosstown finale, and that was going 7/8 of a mile. So turning back to 3/4 of a mile, going to a good barn. I think this horse is a logical contender in race number 4. Now, Gemologist, my old buddy, I tried to bet this horse at least 20 times earlier on the turf with the breeding. He's stepping up to face open competition today. After winning his second race in 3 starts, when he defeated those 6,250 non-winners of 3 lifetime runners at the distance last time out, took him forever to get a couple of wins, but he's been good. He's had winning 2 of his last 3 races and good connections in there. You know, you got Boogie Mirage or Orby Mirage. This barn has been going great guns. He got a couple of wins yesterday. So Gemologist, who I didn't use on my early pick 5 ticket, but was able to use it on my Rainbow 6, that's the one that scares me in race number 4, Gemologist. I've been chasing that horse for a long, long time. Just can't seem to hook up with that in the winner's circle with him. We're going to go now to race number 5 this afternoon, a 5.5 furlong sprint. This is maiden special weight, state-bred fillies, 2-year-olds in here. And we're going to start it off with the number 2, Harris Indy, who's debuting locally after a promising career, following a promising career debut at Courstown, against Opal Went competition. She recovered from a slow start. I want to go back and show you this race. She had to take the overland route in this race. You're going to see her there. She is coming around the turn. She is number 6, and she just has to go 6 wide there. And I thought that cost her in there. And, you know, she had that slow start. She was second. It was at 5.5 furlongs. And it's Terry Pompey. So this horse, you'll see, closes. And I said, well, no chance is going to be 4th, but just kept coming and coming. And I like the fact that this horse, you know, was parked wide. It's going to come back in its second start. And really like the work that Terry Pompey does. She's 23% with maidens, making her second start. And she's got Edgar Zayas in the saddle today. So lots to like about that horse. Just can't take the overland route like she did last time. Second horse I want to talk about is the 6, and that's Classy Beast. And this one is going to shorten up today to 5.5 furlongs after making that 4-wide bid to finish second here in her 6-furlong career debut. So she got the race over the track. It's David Fawkes. He's solid with maidens making their second start. He's also over 20%. He's about 23%. So Classy Beast has that oh-so-important race over the track. And then you got to go with the 4, Go Gator Girl Go. This one I think should be primed and ready to offer more. Returned from a couple of month layoff to break from a tough outside post. That was post 11 that day to, you know, just duel for the lead, faded to finish 4th. That was a Gulfstream finale at this same 5.5 furlong distance. The trainer's Mike Yates. It's tough to win when you break from post 11, going 5.5 furlongs. But who's in the saddle today? Lionel Reyes. He's, as I mentioned, leading by 1 over Christian Torres in the jockey standings. And I just thought the much improved post today that Go Gator Girl Go. It's hard to say that one, but I got it in. And that is in race number 5. Going to flip the page, go to race number 6 today, 7.5 furlongs. Claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up. Non-winners of 2, $10,000. Talking about Terry Pompey, let's go right back with her with the 2, Tail Adios, who's cutting back today to 7.5 furlongs after stalking the pace and finishing, I thought, an even 4th in a local turf return against similar quality. That was going 1 mile and 1/16. She's got the apprentice Christian Torres atop this daughter of Adios Charlie. So Terry Pompey, Terry, if you're listening, have a good day out there. I'm going to need you. That's the 2, Tail Adios. The number 6, Charger Jen. Going to turn back slightly after losing a protracted speed duel when beating the neck going a mile. That was on the Gulfstream Park turf course. The trainer is Carlo Vacareza, and he's got Jeffrey Sanchez named to ride this afternoon. So Tail Adios, Charger Jen, who's turning back just a little bit, was in that duel last time out. Closed it out with the number 5, Swipino, who's debuting locally after rallying from far back to finish 4th behind who? Charger Jen, going that mile across town. So the daughter of He's Had Enough can reverse the previous outcome. Got to break better. Didn't break too well last time out. A sharper break might see this horse run a lot better. So that's race number 6 with 2, 6, and the number 5. Going to race number 7, as I mentioned, this is where my long shot is in, and this is an allowance, fillies and mares, 3-year-old and up. It's a money allowance race. Pretty nice field in here. I'll tell you why I like Sammy Sunshine, who's 10-1 on the morning line. Well, this one is making a local return at 7 furlongs. You look at her record at 7 furlongs. She's had 4 races, a win and 2 seconds. So 3 for 4 in the money at 7 furlongs. She's making that first start. You go back, she dueled for the lead. She finished second against allowance competition. That was going that 1-turn mile across town. She's a speedy daughter of First Samurai, and I think she's going to be running and gunning as soon as they pop that skate latch. I think she's the one to catch in there, trying to get a little bit of a price with the number 7, Sammy Sunshine. Next horse I want to look at is Yes Factor, who's making her first start. I want to go back and show you the stretch run of this horse. She just got edged at the wire, and there you see she's the number 11. You say, why is she the number 11? It was a small field. It was originally scheduled for the turf, and they moved it to the main track, and I just thought she was, the winner here. And you'll watch the 4-horse come on the inside and just nail her at the wire. So just gets up, and I'm saying, I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. No, I don't. This one comes through, really nice ride. So gets the number 11, and that is Yes Factor last time out. Once again, Terry Pompey. She's pretty good with the horses coming off a layoff. That was back a bit, so 26% with the 61 to 180-day layoff. And the 1 Creative Reward stretching out today, 2-7 furlongs after tracking the pace, finished second. That was her local return against 30 condition claimers, going 6 furlongs. This one sits the trip. I'm talking about Sammy Sunshine, talking about Yes Factor. Creative Reward is going to sit right behind that speed in there. So might sit the trip, and, you got to do a little homework, see how these races are playing this afternoon. We had that rain yesterday, sort of changed the track around. You certainly could win on the main track, running right down the center of the track. It wasn't just speed going to the front, and you win. The final race on the card that I'm going to talk about is a 1-mile turf event. Maiden claimers, 2-year-olds, $35,000. Told you I like Cosmic Assault, the number 9, debuting locally, stepping it up a notch. I think it's a lateral move after setting the pace, finishing second against those 25 maidens. That was in his Gulfstream turf debut at the distance. It's Ralph Nix, Embassy El Jaramillo. I just think the gelded son of Revolving looks good in this spot. Going to get a little bit of a price there, I think. Maybe not. We'll see if it's the favorite. I used the 7, Think Like Tommy, in second, and the number 2, Pecana, was hoping to find more for the stretch drive, was third behind who? Cosmic Assault. So that's how I see this. A pretty interesting 8-race card this afternoon. And what we've been doing over the last few days has been showing you previous Breeders' Cup races. Of course, the Breeders' Cup next weekend, Friday and Saturday, at our sister track, Santa Anita. And I remember this one back in 1992. It's 30 Slews, Bob Baffert's first ever Breeders' Cup win. We're going to show you that. Enjoy.
And they're off. And Rubiano came out like a rocket. And Mia Farah is also right there with 30 Slews in between those two. But it's the filly Mia Farah who takes the lead. 30 Slews is now running second. Arrowtown toward the inside third. Cardmania fourth. Sheikh Albadu is fifth. LBO 6 toward the inside. Super Strike is 7th on the outside. He's about 7 lengths from the lead. Grace Loopy is running 8th. Mr. Brooks is down on the inside. He's 9th. Furiously is 10th, and he's in behind horses. Rubiano is 11th, but he's clear of trouble on the outside. Salt Lake is 12th. Canadian King Corey is 13th, and the late running Senior Speedy trails the field. A dazzling opening quarter here of 21-3, and the filly Mia Farah flaunting her speed as they come to the top of the stretch. She leads by 2. LBO is putting in a run toward the inside. 30 Slews is set down for the drive. Sheikh Albadu is coming with his run down the center of the racetrack. Then Super Strike. Rubiano's 8 lengths from the lead, and it's Mia Farah leading the way with the 16th to come. 30 Slews, her only challenger. Mia Farah trying to hold. 30 Slews surges to victory. It's 30 Slews who wins by a neck. Mia Farah was again second, and Rubiano was third, and the time was 1:08.1. Well, the filly almost got home, but it was that late charge of 30 Slews here in the stretch to get the victory in a sparkling time.